not feasible for some of the equipment produced in Poland, with the Krab cannon in the lead. That's because the Krab cannon comes from the UK and the chassis from South Korea.
Doskonale wiedzą, jakie kontrakty w ten sposób.
They know perfectly well what contracts will be cancelled in this way, and they consciously aim to limit Poland's access to EU armaments funds. They consciously aim to make the defense of the eastern flank and that of the European Union weaker. Because, rather unsurprisingly, the armaments industries of France or Germany, which will be able to benefit from EU subsidies, will not have a problem. This means that all European procurement will be carried out in the two countries, because that was also the real intention. The program adopted by the Commission of the European Parliament is a continuation of the March resolution on the defense of the European community, supported by Tusk coalition MEPs. The plan to build a European army and to push the Americans out of Europe probably means some sort of future deal back with Russia, because it will be easier if these decisions on military matters are in the hands of the EU. Brussels has allocated €1.5 billion for the European Defence Industry Programme from 2025 to 2027, but it is dangerous to set a precedent that could be used for other EU programs to support the defence industry and limit purchases of equipment for the military outside the EU, in the United States or South Korea. These are stupid ideas, but they fit into this whole combination of the European Union to firstly aim at building a common state, and secondly to free ourselves from competitors, which primarily include the Americans. If U.S. weapons in Europe are not welcome, it means that MEPs believe that the U.S. protective umbrella in Europe is unnecessary, and this, in my opinion, clearly harms the security of Europe. Moreover, it threatens the security of Polish people's wallets, because after all, part of our taxes goes to finance Brussels' ideas. Germany is using the problem that it has an inefficient arms industry in this way. They are solving this problem with the money of all member states. The question is whether the legislation passed in Brussels will not give Tusk's coalition an excuse to break arms contracts with the United States and South Korea.